Once again, namaskar to everybody, and welcome to our the special Srimad Bhagavad Gita session. And as you see today, it was a windy day, and that is how it happened to our life also. Sometimes we see that very kind of disturbance in life, turmoil in life, windy day in life, but again, that it also goes away. Life should move forward, and that is the law of nature. Also, we have to move forward. And I mentioned that these sessions of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, discourse on Bhagavad Gita, will surely take us another level of life. And you will see as we journey in the week back. I think this will be the fourth lecture as we move forward in this unique scripture, and you will see that we all will be experiencing the divinity in our mind. We'll feel that we are living with Lord Krishna, the teacher of the Bhagavad Gita, and also it will be an unique journey. Altogether, we'll be experiencing the touch of God. And also, I mentioned that Srimad Bhagavad Gita is the soul of life. And as we gain experience in life, so the teachings and the message, lessons of Srimad Bhagavad Gita also, changes to us. We feel like maybe the Lord Krishna wanted to see that. So please, once again, join with me in this beautiful discourse on Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, still going on. So let me do the pranam to the Guru and Acharya. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim chaiva tato jayo mudiraye. Om Vyasaya Vishnurupaya Vyasaya Vishnurupaya Vyasarupaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahma Vidhaye Vasisthaya Namo Namaha. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badurayanam Sutra Bhashya Krito Vande Bhagavanto Punaha Punaha. Sadashiva Samarambham Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmat Acharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaktam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Shri Gurave Namaha. Tvameva Mata Cha Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Shakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Om Namaha Sri Bhagavate Pranavandaya Namo Namaha. In our last session, we discussed details about the immortality of the Atma. And if you remember that the Srimad Bhagavad Gita taught us that Srimad Bhagavad Gita taught us about the philosophy of rebirth and immortality of the soul. These two basic principles of the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita we learned from our previous lectures. Today we will be taking you to a short discussion of the Karma Yoga, because those who study Bhagavad Gita regularly, probably you know that chapter 2 is kind of combined lessons of the devotion, knowledge, and the path of action, Karma Yoga. So there's a short discussion of Karma Yoga also in chapter 2. So we'll be moving our topic from the immortality of the soul to the Karma Yoga. So this is how Bhagavan Sri Krishna started his lesson today. Please keep in mind that Arjuna is sitting at the feet of the Lord Krishna, a depressed, frustrated, confused, very sorrowful, not sure what was good for him. That Arjuna was seeking some kind of knowledge or help from Krishna so that he could take the right decision of his life. And probably you remember that I mentioned in our previous discourse that it happened to our life too, because times come to our life, we do become confused, and there are lots of dualities in our mind, not sure what step should be good for me or for us. And at that particular moment, we look for some kind of help from somebody, and we discuss also here and there with our well-wisher, and different people give different kind of suggestion and advice. But we as a monk, those who living in the monastery, we go to the feet of the Guru and sit down at the feet of the Guruji and close our eyes and pray to Guruji, hey Guruji, please help me to take the right decision. And that happened to Arjuna also. He was sitting at the feet of the Krishna, even though he did not know that Lord Krishna was none other than the world teacher, the very soul of all soul. He was the very life breath of this world. So Arjuna did not know all those things. So he was still looking at the Krishna and looking for some kind of good guidance. So this is how Lord Krishna completed about the discussion of the immortal nature of the Atma. And we discussed a lot about that beautiful Atma. And probably you know that from many saints and holy men, including the Acharya Swami Pranavanandaji Maharaj also, he mentioned that God realization is nothing but to realization of our own soul, own self. Realization of the own self is God realization. And that is the conclusion of Swami Pranavanandaji also. And If you read the poetry, novels, religious books, if you listen many lectures, you will see everywhere, listen the beautiful song, and they have been narrating the beauties of the Atma, and that is the goal of life. Even the uh, which we know as the one of the highest philosophy of this world, which is called Vedant Darshan or Vedant scripture, that also proclaimed about that Atma Bhavare Drashtavya. One should try to know the self. So that is the conclusion of the Vedanta Darshan, also the Vedantic philosophy. So Lord Krishna completed the discourse of the immortal nature of the soul with this particular verse number 30, chapter 2, to Arjuna. And that will be the conclusion of the discourse of the immortal nature of Atma. So for you, I read the last verse of the regarding Atma. Dehi nityam abudhoyam dehe sarvasya bharata. Lord Krishna tells Arjuna, Dehi nityam avadhoyam dehe sarvasya bharata tasmat sarvani bhutani tasmat sarvani bhutani na tvam shochitumarhasi. Om Namaha Sri Bhagavate Vasudevaya Sri Krishnaya Namo Namaha. Those who have this Bhagavad Gita in your hand, this commentary on Bhagavad Gita, if you could open your the book and you could see the page number 134, verse number 30, the meaning of the translation. Lord Krishna tells Arjuna, O Arjuna, the descendant of King Bharata, the indweller of the body of all is eternal and indestructible. Therefore, you should not mourn for now. So that is the conclusion of the description of the nature of the immortal nature of the soul. So Lord Krishna said, Dehi Nityam Avadhoyam. Dehi means the Atma, the soul. How we describe the bird in a cage. Similarly, this body is being described as a cage. In this body, there is beautiful soul, beautiful Atma, immortal Atma. That is the true me. That is my true identity. If somebody say, "Who are you?" When I say I mean that immortal Atma. So Arjuna, Dehi, this Atma, Nityam Abudhvayam. It is eternal. It's the very part of that immortal Lord, that beautiful God, that Father of this world. Dehe Sarvasya Bharata is Sarva Prani, all kind of creature in this world, not only human being. Please keep in mind, because God created this world, most of the faith they believe that the creator of this world is God. So when God created this world, He also though He also is present in each and everywhere. So whenever we torture an animal, please keep in mind it is not supported by the wish of the Lord. We're supposed to show love and sympathy to each other because everybody has a right to live in this world. So please keep that in mind. Then Lord Krishna said Bharata. Repeatedly Lord Krishna reminding Arjuna that the line he was born, because he was born in the line of King Bharata, one of the most known king of India. Because of King Bharata, India got the name of Bharat Bhumi or Bharat Varsha. So Lord Krishna reminded Arjuna that Arjuna, the descendant of King Bharata, the Dehi, the Atma is immortal in this body. Tasmat Sarvani Bhutani. to all creature in this world. Not Amsati, not Hasi. You should not be sorrowful thinking that. If you remember that Arjuna was sad because he was thinking if he get involved in that battle, in Mahabharat battle, so a lot of people will be killed, of course, because when the battle was ended after 18 days, there was hardly few people live, five brothers and maybe 8 or 9 people live survive. So most of them perished there. So the in one sense Arjuna was right, the other sense Arjuna was not right because it was the call of the time. I'm repeating the word again. It was the call of the time. And when I will take you to the chapter 11, it's a long way to go, and you will see there Lord Krishna appeared in that battleground as Mahakal. And he mentioned to Arjuna that Arjuna, even if you do not get involved in this battle, still this destruction will take place because this is the call of the time. So with this particular verse, we concluded the discussion of the immortal nature of beautiful soul. Now we go to our next part of the chapter 2. See how Lord Krishna looked at Arjuna and he understood that Arjuna was not convinced with that discourse or the explanation of the nature of immortal nature of the soul. And Lord Krishna understood it very clearly that Arjuna was not convinced with that philosophy. So now teacher Krishna changes his subject of discussion. So we go another step of our spiritual life. And see here what Lord Krishna telling in verse number 31 of chapter 2 is a new philosophy. I read again for you. It will be nice because why I read the Sanskrit verses? Because you know that I hear many lectures, the many commentators, they avoid the Sanskrit recitation because I love to do it because this is like the language Lord Krishna spoke, and this is the language the Bhagavad Gita is being given to us, it's being written, and this is the very auspicious language, Sanskrit language, very old, ancient language, and most of the ancient religious texts are being written in this language. Very holy. Our ancestors, the rishis, the munis, the saint and holy men, yogis, they always reciting with this the verses, they reciting hymns and prayer using this language. And that's why I always love to recite the Sanskrit language. Those who attended our Bhagavad Gita class at the ashram, when we used to do the classes, if you remember, I always emphasize to learn the words properly so that one, with the blessings of the Lord Krishna, you don't need to read the English meaning anymore. You don't need to read the Hindi meaning anymore. That Sanskrit word itself will reveal its meaning at your pure heart. And you will feel the touch of the presence of Lord Krishna at your heart. So, I'm reciting the verse number 31 of chapter 2. It's a different topic. We moving forward. Om. Swadharmamapi chaveksya Swadharmamapi chaveksya Nabikampitumārhasi Swadharmamapi chaveksya na vikampitumārhasi dharmadhiyudhyat shreya dharmadhiyudhyat shreya dharmadhiyudhyat shreya anyat kshatriyasya na vedyate swadharmamapi chavekshya swadharmamapi chavekshya. Om Namaha Sri Bhagavate Vasudevaya Sri Krishnaya Namo Namaha. If you look at the translation, verse number 31, Lord Krishna tells Arjuna, looking at your own natural duties and responsibilities, you should not go through this duality of your mind. It is because for a warrior, there is nothing more beneficial than a righteous man. Look like, it sounds like Lord Krishna encouraging Arjuna to get involved in the battle. But please keep in mind, battle does not mean that you always go to a battleground really, fighting with somebody. It's a battle of our mind too. So much thing goes in our mind. So much conflict at our own mind. The good and bad, noble qualities and the evil qualities, both are present in our mind. And both are fighting to dominate us. So that is why sometimes we are very noble, very understanding, very accommodating, very caring, we speak very sweet word, and that is the time when the noble quality dominating us. But sometimes we are very rude, selfish, mean, cruel. We don't want to understand the other feelings of other people. It is the time when the evil dominating us. So this conflict or the battle always in our own mind. And Krishna is our fine buddhi, pure intellect. So we need to use our pure intellect to come out with the good, defeating the evil qualities of our own mind. So here Lord Krishna telling Swadharma is a big word. Looking at your own natural duties and responsibilities, Swadharma. There is a particular verse, Swadharme Nidhanam Sreya. It is better to die while practicing your own dharma. It's very, it has deep meaning of this particular word, Swadharma. What is Swadharma? Our own duties and responsibilities. For example, we are giving our example first. We live at a traditional Hindu monastery. We are Hindu monk. Similarly, we have Catholic monk in Catholic monastery. Buddhist monk live in Buddhist monastery. There might be other system. So monk live in a monastery and they are being trained that way. Their swadharma is to practice meditation daily, repeat the Guru mantra daily, pray for the whole world, and help people that whenever they needed our help, and Sarveshang Mangalang Bhuyat, that we supposed to pray as a monk or as a priest that, oh Lord, let there be good to everybody. Let nobody suffer in this world. And it is our duty to make sure the temple compound is clean. We do 2 times proper puja arti, so that when people, visitors come to our temple, they feel the touch of divinity, the touch of God, the touch of purity. And it is our duty to be nice and polite to the visitors, because people coming with many kind of dualities at their mind, and many kind of dualities on our mind, and they need some time to speak to us. So that is why we need to give them time. It's our swadharma. And overall, a monk or a priest supposed not to think there for their own self. They supposed to do work which is completely selfless. It is our Swadharma. Similarly, we have student. Those who goes to the school, I'm sure many the school student, because I was requesting everybody, please bring your children also. This session is a session going on. You can sit with your whole family and listen this wonderful discourse on Bhagavad Gita, and it will give your children also an opportunity to understand properly what faith your parents are, that following. So kind of thing. So the student, they have their particular swadharma, like Chhatranam Udhyayanam Tapaha. Chhatranam Udhyayanam Tapaha. A student supposed to maintain the purity of their body and mind and focus their mind in study and developing knowledge. Chhatranam Udhyanam Tapaha. It is being prescribed in all religious books. A student is supposed to focus on his study to develop their own knowledge. Whatever homework, beyond that, students, they go to the library, consult with the other books, and gradually they develop their knowledge so that in future they could be helpful for the entire society. They could be helpful for the people who need their help. If we go to our family life, husband is like a tree at a home giving shadow to the entire family. Like today was a windy day. I was looking from I was writing Guruji's book, and looking from the window, I see a severe wind outside, and trees are look like it's going to knock down the trees. So husband or father in a home is like a big tree giving shadow to the entire family. Anything bad, even if electric bulb is gone, is the father have to do. He have to give love. He have to give nourish everybody equally. Not only her own family, his own family. There might be some other family, because old days there was people, the family distance family people also used to take shelter. So father or a head of a family, his duty to nourish everybody equally, look everybody with equal eyes. The children looking for love, the wife looking for support, the brothers looking for support. There might be our parent, they become elderly now, they're advanced in age, they might be needing help from their elder son. So whoever head of the family is his sadharma is a very difficult sadharma. His wife, her Swadharma also is being written details in Manusmriti and also in the Chanakya Niti. I was reading a lot that Stri Dharma, that how a Stri wife is like a secretary, like a counselor, like a Shakti, like a the sharp intellect, helping the family, all the things coming inside, taking care of the children, taking care, because there is a wife in home. That is why a man is being called as a grihastha. Without wife, a man never called as a grihastha, a family person, because she is the soul and nerve in a home. She is even we monk, when you see that somebody is not married or somebody's wife went outside, she is not in home. I say, okay, we'll visit your home another day. So everybody, like in the same way, the national leaders, society, those who are leader in the society, those who are educated people in the society, the teacher, they have their own swadharma, because they have to educate, they have to distribute their knowledge to the student properly, so that student can serve the world in future, their country, their family, the entire world properly. So Swadharma is a very big word. And Swadharme Nidhanam Sri. What is that? That is like, say, I mentioned that monk has their own Swadharma. So even though there is some fault, it's very difficult to die. But if there is some fault, while doing our own duty, if we die even in monastery, that is good. Coming back to the original. What was the identity of Arjuna? Arjuna was a professional soldier. He was trained in the military. He went to the military school of Guru Dronacharya. He had learned them all the military skills, and he was a professional person. The battleground was not a new thing to him. And he knew very well what was his Swadharma. As a army personnel, his Swadharma was to protect the law and order of the country, to save the border of the country, to help the citizen of that country whenever needed, to punish the evildoer, to give safety so to the people, the citizens of the country, so that they could devote their time. People can do their thing peacefully and they feel safety. So in that sense, Arjuna was well trained in the as a soldier. But then coming back to the battleground, if you see that how Arjuna wanted to run away from the battleground, and even he said that if I need to beg, if I collect alms for my survival, even I will do that. And that is why Lord Krishna reminding Arjuna about his Swadharma. So if we can perform, it's a very important thing. If we everybody perform their Swadharma properly, if a monk do his Swadharma, if a priest do his Swadharma, Ma do her Swadharma, father do his Swadharma, teacher do his Swadharma, the country, the leader of the country do his or her Swadharma. If everybody perform their Swadharma timely, properly, in a disciplined way, in a mannerly, the whole system will go good. But then, we love to break the code of conduct. We enjoy breaking the laws. And that is why we go through the turmoil of life. So, Lord Krishna reminding Arjuna, Swadharma api chaveksha. Oh Arjuna, if you look at your Swadharma, that you are a soldier and you came to the battleground to dominate the evil people, punish the evil people. Na bikampi tumarasi. You supposed to be get, in this kind of duality in your mind, is supposed not to come to your mind. Dharmadhi juddha. This is dharma yuddha, righteous war. It happened to our life too. The life is a long journey. It's a very long journey of life, starting from the day we were born, saw the first sunlight, to the last day of our life. You all know that what I am telling you is a very long journey, and so much of good and bad time. We had to cross so much of kind of ups and downs in life, and for our own survival. And we try, sometimes we fall down, sometimes that sometimes we are winners, sometimes we are losers, sometimes we are being insulted, we are being hurt, and sometimes we are being appreciated and we get the garland. People appreciate us with the garland at their hand. So this is a long journey and we learn every day from our life. So this is Dharma Yuddha. How Arjuna is supposed to get that yuddha or that battle, it was a righteous war for him, because all attempt was failed to stop that battle. Even Arjuna's opponent leader told that without battle, I am not going to give a little bit of mud which can be held at the tip of a needle. In the language we call Suchagra Medini. If you hold it little bit mud at the tip of a needle, even that I'm not going to give. So there was no way he could stop the battle. Even Lord Krishna the pleaded, give 5 brother, only 5 villages. That's all they need. But the Duryodhana, the opponent leader, say, without battle, I'm not going to give anything. And that is how Dharmadi Juddhat Sreyo Kshatriya Snavidyate. Arjuna was born in a Kshatriya family. So what is Kshatriya? It's a division of labor, division of work. Like you hear occasionally, even in this country when I'm working, sometimes the people come, not the Indian people, the people who live, the American people, even the white people, they ask me question that, Swami, that if I embrace Hinduism, so what will be my identity? I will be a Brahmin, I will be a Kshatriya, I say, do you know all those things? Where you heard all these things? Oh, I read all the book. I say, you don't need to embrace Hinduism. If you are interested to learn the philosophy, learn Bhagavad Gita, learn Vedanta, and whatever, improve your knowledge. You don't need to embrace Hinduism, and you don't need to go all those kind of Brahmin Kshatriya. But what happened is kind of wrong conception. People, this system was practiced in the old time, and we practicing same philosophy in this country also. I will tell you how it is. The Brahman is the society, is a teacher. They like a guru to the society. They teach their duty to uplift the society by distributing wisdom and knowledge, right knowledge. They are not money hungry at any time. Poverty was their ornament. Most of the gurus and teachers were poor, and that was their ornament, and that is why king, royal family used to go to the monastery and fall at feet. These are the society of teachers. Then coming Kshatriya, if you see here the verse number 31, Kshatriyasya navidyate. This kind of righteous where dharma jiddha hardly come to the life of a Kshatriya. So Arjuna was born in the line of Kshatriya. These are the warrior people, army people. Like this country, we have US Army, we have the correction officers, police officers, and security personnel. All are fall in the Kshatriya category. They are the people who give you protection, and it was practiced. It has been practicing long time all over the world. And then there is a Vaishya community, business community, and the farmers. We occasionally hear New Jersey farmers. So the farming people, they produce corn and eatable things in the farm, and that's how they sell, and we buy, we survive. And these are the business community. They know the art of doing good business. Of course, there is manipulation. We do break the laws, code of conduct. We do break principles, but in a general meaning, the Brahmin are the teachers, society of the teachers. Kshatriya are the society of the protector. They protect the country. Vaishyas are the farmers and the business people, and the Shudra are the people who work. Like you see people who will be taking care of your lawn. When snowfall, who will be moving your snow from your the parking lot or from your driveway. If you, the water falling inside the what you call the pipe broken, where you have to call a handyman immediately. The light is not coming out, you have to call electrician. So these are the very, if the garbage people do not come couple of weeks, you can't live in society. It will be, I was in my last tour, I was in Durban in South Africa. So there was a the what you call strike of the garbage pickup people. They did not come almost 2 months, and you could see piles of garbage on the roadside smelling, and you have to close your mouth like with the cloth, and then you can. So if those people do not pick up your garbage, you can live a healthy way. So these people are known as a Shudra, but it's like a whole body, your head, your hand, your stomach, and your feet. This all part of the entire body. That's why a human body looks so beautiful. So these are the four parts of the body. That is why society looks beautiful. So coming to our topic today, Lord Krishna say, Arjuna, you are born in a Kshatriya family, warrior family, and this kind of war or battle hardly come, luckily came to your life. So in that sense, Lord Krishna was encouraging Arjuna to get involved this battle. And he said that if you do not get involved, atho chet tvam imam dharmam sangramam na karishyasi. If you do not perform your duties properly, tato swadharmam kirtim cha. Tataha swadharmam. You will fall down from the practice of swadharma, and it will be kind of committing a sin. You're not performing, like how we living in monastery, that Swamiji, can you please, people call Swamiji, can you please say a prayer for us? And if we do not perform our duty, we fall our swadharma. And that means we are committing a sin. It's not good. We are unfit to live in a monastery. We should not live in a monastery because we live in an ashrama, a plus shrama. A person coming, lot of sadness, lot of thoughts, lot of tension in the mind, came to the ashram, and when he will be leaving the ashram, he is supposed to be freed from that tension. If the ashram cannot afford that philosophy, so that ashram is failing from his kind of point of view. So, atho chetvam dharmam, atho chetvam imam dharmam sangramam na karishashi. Arjuna, if you do not perform your duty properly, rightfully, tataha swadharmam, you fall down from your swadharma. Why I'm repeating? Because it kind of reminding me too. It's not I'm just telling you, I'm not telling anybody, I'm telling myself also, because this will be reminding me that I'm living in an ashram. What is my swadharma? Because there's a beautiful story. I'm just taking you from the little bit away from Bhagavad Gita. Swami Pranavanandaji Maharaj, you will enjoy it. Swami Pranavanandaji Maharaj is the founder of Bharat Sevashram Sangha, whose picture you could see behind of me, and you could see Guruji's picture here with a trishul at his hand and the long matted hair, thick matted hair, shining face and spotless character, no dot on his clothes, and a Mahajogi spent years of time in spiritual practices, especially in the cremation, Bajitpur cremation ground, day after day, night after night, practicing, doing the discrimination and dispassion, what is the end of a life. And that's how, that he become, when he used to walk on the street, people used to look at him to say, oh my God, such kind of Tej, what is Tej? Tej is not the light. Tej is not the power. Tej is not the brightness. Tej is not the shining something. Tej is something more deep. Is that this Tej, this brightness, this power coming from his spiritual practices. Now, one of his foremost disciple was Pujya Swami Advaitanandaji Maharaj, the mouthpiece of Bharat Sevashram Sangha. Swami Advaitanandaji is the leader of the Indian cultural mission who traveled beyond of Indian's border, Burma, Indonesia, Thailand, Fiji, Australia, the British Guyana, the Trinidad, and then many other. Africa spent so many years in Tanzania, Uganda, South Africa, in the Somalia, all these countries he preached, carried the message of Swami Pranavanandaji Maharaj, traveling all over. So he was the main speaker. Imagine, Swami Pranavanandaji is the guru. Swami Pranavanandaji never delivered any public speech, public lecture in public. He never spoke that. Because his nature was to speak very slow, low voice and few words. You might be speaking 20 words, he might be answering you only 2 words. And if you go in front of him, you thought you will be speaking to him many things, you'll be discussing with him many things. He did not say anything, you could not say anything. You quietly bow to him and come out of his room. That is how he was. He used to be sitting at the stage, and his disciple, Swami Advaitanandaji, used to deliver lecture. And people used to think that one corner, how Swami Guruji was sitting, they thought it's a big marble statue. That's how Swami Pranavanandaji. So now Swami Advaitanandaji was the main public speaker of the Bharat Sevashram Sangha. One day Swami Advaitanandaji was thinking, while I give lectures to the public, I speak so much good word, like do this thing, we have to do this thing, we have to wake up early in the morning, Brahma Muhurta 3 to 6 a.m. We have to do meditation, make sure we do charity, make sure we take care of our children, we teach them good word, we teach them manner, we give our dharma, all these things, that how we should bring unity among the people, because we all living under the same sky, we taking the same air, breathing the same air, we eating the food which is being produced the same land, we all are same, maybe our color is different, our background is different, maybe our we look different, but our hunger, our wishes, our goal is the same thing, everybody walking on one goal, every human person moving towards the one goal of life, that goal is to reach the holy feet of the Lord. Brahmo Tallakshma Muchyate. Our goal is to reach the Lord. Maybe the language is different, maybe the ways are different, maybe our words are different, but the goal is same. So Swami Advaitanji thinking that as long as I do not practice those things I'm speaking in the public, I would not deliver any public lecture anymore. Now, the festival, there was a place called Ashashuni in near to Sundarban, and Swamiji, Guruji went there. There's a boat. He made a big boat because the Bangladesh is full of rivers, and Guruji made a big boat. Like 100 monks can travel one time, and Guruji has there is a temple, Guruji's room, kitchen, everything. It was a moving ashram, and then there were small boats also. People, the Guruji used to drop monk to the one village. They say, okay, go to the village, do preaching, collect fund, collect vegetable rice, and that is the place I will be there. And by that time, tell them that Guruji giving darshan to everybody. Hundreds and thousands of village people used to rush. Oh, the sadhu Binod Pranavanandaji was known as Binod Sadhu or Sadhu Binod of Bajitpur. Oh, Sadhu Binod of Bajitpur came because his name was spread everywhere. Because Swami Pranavanandaji say, well, I can see your past, present, and future at the nail of my thumb. Don't try to hide anything from me. So Guruji knew what was going on. And, time was coming. Everybody looking for Swami Advaitanandaji. It was time to, when the people are waiting. So Guruji went where Swami Advaitanandaji was meditating, and he placed his hand on the head of Advaitanandaji, and he said that, you speaking not for you, you speaking for me. You speaking not for yourself, you speaking for me. You representing your Guru. So whatever you speaking, it is my wish. And when time will come, whatever you think that you could not achieve in your life, you will achieve that when time comes. So go to the stage and do your duty, perform your duty. So that's a big thing, because pride come, ahankar come, illusion come. We think we doing. I am the doer. I'm not the doer. He is the doer. He is sitting at our heart as our soul, as our Atma, and motivating us to do charity, to do good work, to do benefit for the society, to get involved in improvement of the people in need. So it is Guruji say that whatever you do, even your body belongs to me. Like, when you come to ashram, we always say that in home, always count your children is the blessings of the God to your home. Your home belongs to God. You belongs to God. Your children belongs to God. They all belongs to God. Everything. Whatever you thinking, whatever you're doing, it is because God wanted this way in your life. So, that is why Lord Krishna said, Tataha Swadharmam, you will fall down from your Swadharma. How Advaitanandaji, was not doing his Swadharma. Guruji said, go, you do your Swadharma. This is your part. And this is your Seva to the Bharat Sevashram Sangha. And you speaking for me, not for you. So do your Dharma. Lord Krishna said, Arjuna, if you do not do your Swadharma, if you do not fulfill your Swadharma, you'll be falling down from your Swadharma. And then Kirtincha. What is Kirti? The good name, goodwill. You remember when probably you heard from my mouth when you come to ashram, I always say, not me. First and foremost thing to maintain the good name of the Bharat Sevashram Sangha. We all members and followers and disciples, we love Bharat Sevashram Sangha. With hundreds of years, with the sacrifice of hundreds and millions of devotees, the organization build up this good name. Oh, this is the organization, we can give money. We can trust them. They will be using our fund to the right place. So it took hundreds of years to build up that goodwill and good name. And we cannot do any kind of injustice. We cannot make any compromise when the Bharat Sevashram name is coming there. Even that if I have to give personally sacrifice my life for the sake of the good name of the organization, we should do that. So similarly here, Kirti, Arjuna was famous. Arjuna was famous for his military skill. Arjuna was well known for his bravery, for his self-confidence, for his attitude, for his inspiring attitude, enthusiastic attitude. Arjuna was the best student of the school, military school of Guru Dronacharya. Arjuna was the friend of Lord Krishna. Arjuna was a good son, very dedicated to his mother Kunti. Arjuna was a very good brother. He never disobeyed his elder brother Bhima or Yudhishthira. So if you compare the Arjuna's, if you analyze the Arjuna's life, he was an example, a role model to the younger generation. He built up that goodwill. I mean, I'm giving two examples of Arjuna's life. One example was Urvashi. She was a professional dancer. Arjuna went to the heaven to learn the military skill and earn the divine weapons in the God. But when Arjuna was very handsome, so Urvashi liked Arjuna. But Arjuna always thought this is the Urvashi, that so much story about the Urvashi. If you search out, do Google search, you'll see so much stories of Urvashi. So Arjuna always looked at Urvashi in a respectful eyes. Arjuna adored Urvashi, but in the sense of respect. She was beautiful. She was very skillful dancer. So one time Urvashi expressed her desire. She said that Arjuna, I like you. Very normal, nothing wrong here. But then Arjuna said that, I always looked at you as mother, because Urvashi had the blessing that she will never get old and Urvashi will never die. She will never lose her physical beauty. She will always remain young, always, throughout her life. So naturally, Urvashi was very fair and very, beautiful and young. But Arjuna thought that, I looked at you as my mother because I read a lot of stories about it. But Arjuna, and because Urvashi's expectation was hard, she get angry and she give a curse to Arjuna. But what is my point? You could see how Arjuna had control on him, how Arjuna mastered his senses, how Arjuna knew the art of controlling the senses. It is one of the unique things, because if you look the society, surrounding, if you look at your surrounding, so many times we fall down from our, the respectful position in the society. We hear occasionally. So this is one of the beauty of Arjuna's morality, high morality in his life. Now, see the other example of Arjuna, that Guru Bhakti, Arjuna's Guru Bhakti. The Guru was Dronacharya. Guru Dronacharya military school, and Arjuna was the best student. One day Guru Dronacharya want to take the test or trial of his student. There was many hundreds. That time, most of the warrior and soldiers were trained by Guru Dronacharya. So Guru Dronacharya went to the water to take a bath nearby river, and the monastery was around the river. So when went to the river, suddenly a crocodile came and bite the one of the foot of the Guru Dronacharya. Is bleeding, and Guru screaming, help, 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 screaming. But all the disciples, they all was, imagine, they all was learning military skill. Everybody ran out from there. Oh, Guruji will die today. Nobody, they could take the one weapon, a sword or a kind of the arrows or something they could do to save the Guru's life. But everybody ran away from there. It was Arjuna, ran quickly to his, the room, brought his bows and arrow, and threw one sharp arrow and hit the arrow went to the mouth of the crocodile. It big the mouth, make the mouth big, so the Guru Dronacharya can bring out his foot out of the mouth of the crocodile. And next arrow, Arjuna killed that. See, that is how Arjuna earned that respect and command in the society. So Lord Krishna say, Kirtim cha, you will fall down from your kirti, your name. You will be so much injustice to your good name. And you know that we occasionally recite one mantra, Kirti Rajasya Sajivati. Heal my body, our body will be gone, but our work will remain behind. Kirti Rajasya Sajivati. Our work, our good name, that will live forever. This body must perish one day. That we learned in the previous lecture. So Arjuna, if you do not get involved in this battle, you will be doing injustice to your name. You will fall down, lose all the kirti, all the good name you build up all these years, it will be gone from you. Hitva papam avapsasi. Practically, you will be committing sin. So you could see how teacher Lord Krishna explaining to his student Arjuna what is the right path and right decision and right thing in life. But you know that Arjuna still was not sure, and he was still confused. He had duality. It's not so easy. You know very well, we all know it's not so easy. I run a monastery. I have been living in this ashram last 20 years. And those devotees come regularly here, and I know everything up there, because I see them 20 years here. And even they look at me, I could see what they're thinking in their mind. But it's my experience that it's very difficult to change people. Believe me, it's very difficult to change. If I do not want to change honestly, you cannot change me. If I do not want to change, you cannot change. And that is my experience. And so Lord Arjuna also, that he's still confused after all these things went on. He still sitting there, sad, eyes tearful. And please listen this message of Bhagavad Gita. I'm reading here, the verse number 37. See what Lord Krishna telling Arjuna, such powerful word. I mean, we always familiar to see Lord Krishna. If you come to our temple, Lord Krishna standing like Banke Bihari holding his flute, Srimati Radharani with him. And we always see the childhood plays and the games and sports of Lord Krishna in Vrindavan. But we forget that Lord Krishna is the giver of the Gita lesson. Lord Krishna, in one hand, he has that Panchajanna shell, the conch shell, blowing his shell and telling, arise and awake, look into yourself, discover your inner beauty. You are none other than the God child of that wonderful Father. You are born pure. No impurity can touch you, no impurity, no fear, no kind of lack of self-confidence, no sin can touch you. Because you are born pure, you born the pure, the root of our creation, where we came from, is pure. So the Lord Krishna, so one hand he is blowing his conch shell, the other hand he has that Sudarshan Chakra, that spinning wheel. So one hand she is blowing the shell, asking people rise above the all the lack of confidence, weakness, fear, negativeness approach of life. Rise up, raise your head, and face the reality of life. The other hand, the Sudarshan Chakra, that to punish the evils. Lord Krishna, Bhagavan Lord Krishna, forgive. 100, we do the wrong thing, maybe hundreds of times he forgives. But then time come, if needed, he did not hesitate to use his Sudarshan Chakra. So here, this is one of the verse, please make a mark that whenever you feel any kind of negativeness in your mind, whenever you feel a little bit down somehow or some reason, whenever you feel that somebody trying to make you down, or whenever you see that your weakness of mind, our own weakness is trying to dominating us, that time please repeat this verse. It will give you new enthusiasm, new inspiration, and new hope of life. So let me read for you. This is the verse number 37 of chapter 2. Om Namo Sri Bhagavate Vasudevaya Sri Krishnaya Namo Namaha. I'm reciting in a traditional way. Hato va prapsyasi swargam jitva va bhokshase mahi tasmaduttishta kaunteya yuddhaya krita nischayah. I recite again. Hato va prapsyasi swargam jitva va bhokshase mahi tasmaduttishta kaunteya yuddhaya krita nischayah. Om Namaha Sri Bhagavate Vasudevaya Sri Krishnaya Namo Namaha. Hato va prapsyasi sargam. Arjuna, You die at the battleground and go to heaven. Can you imagine? Lord Krishna, Bhagavan, merciful Lord, that Krishna giving lessons to his disciple. Hatoba prapsasi swargam. You die at the battleground while you facing the challenges of life, while you performing your duties and responsibilities. If you die at the battleground and go to heaven, you know that is again Swami Pranavanandaji's things coming to my mind. Whenever people went to see Guruji, Swami Pranavanandaji, you know, Swami Pranavanandaji was known as Sri Sri Swamiji Maharaj, Sri Sri Guruji Maharaj, Guru Maharaj, Sadhu Binod, and the village people, you know, they used to call him Hadhu. They cannot pronounce the Sadhu, they just call it Hadhu, Bajitpur Hadhu. So different name this. So people went to, before you go to see him, work is ready. He used to move you like a wheel. Every time work is ready. Whenever you go here, that you have to, he will be keeping you busy to doing something in the ashram. As soon as some monk coming from outside completing one work, he will be saying, Baba, please go to this one, you have to do. Without you, nobody can do that. Work, work, work. Swami Vivekananda also say that. I love you so much that I want to see that you die at the battleground. Means you serving to the poor, to the needy, to the less fortunate one. Go to the village, go to the mud house of the people. Give them sweet word. Help them. And if you die performing your duty, heaven is for you. Hatova prapsasi swargam. Arjuna, while you performing your duty, if you die, go to the heaven. Hatova prapsasi swargam. Jitvava bhoksusi mohim. If you win this entire world for you, enjoy the beauty of the world. If you are successful, if you are winner of the battle, of life battle, if you do not give up the battlefield, if you continuously try to improve our life, if you continuously with full confidence trying to improve your life, surely you will be the winner of life. Atoba prapse swargam, jitva bhuksusi mohim. Mohim means the earth. Enjoy the beautiful earth. It's for you because you are the winner, you are the victorious. Goddess Lakshmi waiting for you with the garland at her hand to offer you because you come back from the battleground as a winner. If you die at this battle, you will reach heaven. If you will, you will enjoy this earth. Tasmat uttishta kantya. You could see Arjuna was sitting at the feet of the Lord, putting in hand, crying. So Lord Krishna said, Tasmat, therefore, hence, rise up, stand up. Tasmad uttishta kantya. And that is also a very important point. Lord Krishna reminding Arjuna that again his mother name. In the previous lecture, I mentioned about the mother Kunti. I mean, Kunti, Tara, Mandodari, you know, all this name that we recite in the early morning. Mother Kunti, symbol of, you could see the self-confidence. Whenever we see the Mother Kunti face in the movie, you could see the self-confidence, her personality, high personality. The five, her son, children, always waiting for something. One word come from the mouth of their mother, they are ready to perform that. I give you one small example how the mother Kunti was. One morning, Arjuna went to his mother to touch her feet, to take the blessings for the feet of his mother. And he recognized the tears at the eyes of his mother Kunti. He said, Ma, you crying? What happened to you? Tell me the name. Who gave you hard time? Just you mention the name. You will see that his head falling on the ground. Within a moment. Then Kunti said that, I have habit to worship. Mother Kunti was the worshipper of Lord Shiva. Every day he used to worship Lord Shiva with the 108, the blue lotus flower. And Arjuna said, Ma, this little thing you crying, Give me the permission. You will see that how tomorrow morning, before you go for puja, flower will be ready. One arrow Arjuna went to the Kuber place and collected 108 blue lotus gift for brought for his mother. That was the personality and control on her son. That was Mother Kunti. And Lord Krishna reminding Arjuna that you are the son of Mother Kunti. So tasmaduttishta kaunteyo juddhayo kritanishchayo. Perform your duty with full determination, full power. It's so beautiful. I read so many times this one whenever I feel a little bit down. There's so many things. Look what's going on around the world. People are down. They don't know when ashram also going down because we need fund to run the ashram. And if people don't come, people are scared to come to temple. Where will we get the fund? Because the devotees are the life of the temple. Temple is open, Swamiji is here, but if devotees are not coming, so who will be glorifying the beauties of the God? And who will be giving fund to run a temple? So first and foremost things, we need to get out of this fear so that we could live our life how we wanted to. We don't want to be a defeated person with this virus. Yes, it's a battleground. Right now, all around the world is a battle going on. And you could imagine, it's a real Kurukshetra battleground. Soldiers are falling every day. America losing 100 people. It's a 100 soldier falling on the battleground. All around the almost 600 or 700 soldiers fell down at the battleground. But we don't want to give the battleground. With our scientists, our scholars, our people, they are trying to discover the weapon. Weapon means the medicine. When I say weapon, I mean the medicine. They are trying to discover the medicine weapon to subdue, to destroy this enemy virus. And it will happen, you will see soon. And yes, whenever you are in a battleground, so some soldiers will be falling at the battleground. It's a normal thing. But believe me, we should not give up it. Just imagine that we go to the, I mentioned a couple of times, it's time people, news coming to ashram. Right now, today somebody called that her son got COVID, a young son. Can you imagine? We are thinking the elderly people getting, young man got the COVID-19. He said, my son, because they are going to their friend, they're playing the basketball or they're playing the baseball together. And that's how they're getting. And so this is a kind of enemy, evil power, destructive power in the society. And we have to conquer it. We have to destroy it. We have to kill this enemy. So coming back to this particular verse, it's so useful. It was given 5,000 years back at the Kurukshetra battle in India, at the northern part of India. And we, in living almost 14,000 miles away from soil of Kurukshetra to the New Jersey or New York or what you call Illinois or any other state we living in this soil of the United States of America, can we use the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita? Of course. This is a kind of universal message that Hatova Prakshasa Swargam Jitva Tasmaduttishta Kaunteyo Juddhayo Kritanishcha. This is the message of the Bhagavad Gita. Positive message. Look thing in a positive way. And everybody will like this verse. I will be concluding today. Let me see what is coming. Yes, again, Lord Krishna say, hopefully 2 more things I'll finish this particular topic today. And Lord Krishna telling, Sukhe Dukkhe Swameru Pritta. Yes, when you're performing duty, you will go through the time of happiness. We will go through the time of sadness also. We will be performing Sukhe Dukkhe Swame Kritva. Means once we are performing our duty, look, we live in the ashram, people think, oh, Swamiji is like God. But we go through so much and sukha and dukkha everyday life. So what about the people living outside of the temple? We live with God here, inside the temple building. And we experience so much thing in life. So sukhe dukhe swame kritva, labha labho jaya jo, victory and defeat, happiness and sorrow will come to life. Take it, accept it as equal, because defeat is another further step towards the victory. Failure is another step towards the success. So, sukhe dukhe swame kritva, labha labho means profit and loss, happiness and sorrow, profit and loss, take it equally. Jaya jayo, victory and defeat. Tato juddhayo jujjasya. Arjuna, get involved, do your duty. Naiva papam avapsya. While performing your duties and responsibilities, you, me, or anybody, while they're doing their own duties, papam naiva avapsya. You will not get the sin. Sin cannot touch you. And today will be the last verse I'm reading today. I'm concluding this topic today. It's one of the another very beautiful verse. You will like it. Very popular sloka, very popular verse of the chapter 2. Occasionally people use it, or they give a quote or quotation. They give the example of this particular verse. How one should work, because you, me, everybody is a worker, and how we can be free from the taint and the kind of thing bondages from our own action. Here, the verse number 47 of chapter 2. This is the last verse today I will be reading in this the series of discourse. Re ma ga pa ma pa ga sa karmanne vadhikaraste karmanne vadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala hetu Sangastastu karmani karmani bodhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalo heturvu ma te sangastu akarmani karmanye badhikaraste कर्मणि ही अधिकारस्ते ओम नमो श्री भगवते वासुदेवाय श्री कृष्णाय नमो नमः हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 नामैव केवलम् कलो नास्ते गुणास्ते भगवतीरन्यथा ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम कर्मणि अधिकार होते कर्मण्ये बाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्म फल हेतु भू मा ते संगस्तो कर्मणि कर्मणः Arjuna, you have rights to perform your action. You have full right to perform your action, but certainly not to its result at any time. So that means Lord Krishna telling that we have right to perform our given duty, but we do not have any right to the result of my action. So you have right to perform your actions, but certainly not to its results at any time. Do not be engaged in performances of actions expecting a reward. So we should not get involved in any activities expecting what. Say, for example, you came to temple and working in the temple, say do vacuum the temple, and you expecting some kind of appreciation from people. Oh, you helping the temple. No, 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 don't expect. I'm vacuuming the temple, cleaning the temple, every corner of the building to uplift my own soul, uplift myself. I'm cleaning myself. I should expect somebody. If somebody do not appreciate me, I get angry. Oh, I vacuum the temple. Nobody, Swamiji did not appreciate my work. I do work to uplift myself. So karmunye badhikarastu ma phaleshu. You have full right to perform your actions, but certainly not to its result at any time. Do not be engaged in performances of actions expecting rewards. And then at the end of the verse, Lord Krishna telling, it is to make sure that these ideas do not make you inactive either. That's a very interesting topic. So karmoni odhikarate. That means you and me, we have right to perform our duty. Means I am a monk, I live in a monastery, I have right to clean the temple, pick a flower, offer to the feet of the Lord. All the ashram activities, I have full right to do that. But I suppose not to expect, I should not cry for the result. Oh, because I am doing all this ashram work, I will go to the heaven directly with this human body. Or say mother performing her swadharma, a father doing his swadharma, a teacher doing his swadharma, or a student performing his own action, we should not expect and be hungry to get that appreciation or somebody will be appreciate me. We should not do that. Do not look for the result because result will be coming on its own way. If we plant a tomato tree early April or May, a time will come, tomato plant will give you beautiful tomatoes. If you plant a rose plant, if you nurture the plant, do your duty, time will come. Of course, if the deer do not come to your home and eat it before the flower come out, because it's happening to our ashram, so that beautiful rose plant will be beautiful rose and you will be enjoying seeing the beauties and you pick up that flower, offer to the feet of the Jagat Janani Mahakali. So Karmani Odhikara, you have full right to perform your action. Ma phaleshu kadachana. You do not have right the result of it because always result do not come. Ma karma phalo hetu bhu. Also, do not get engaged in performances of action expecting result. I mention one word. Always we expect reward. That we write a book expecting that millions of copies will be sold, my name will be going all over, and it did not happen. You get so depressed. So our part is to write the book or do the action perfectly with the whole heart, full concentration. Whenever we're doing something, we're doing our with our heart, soul, with concentration, perfectly we're performing our duties. Result will come on its own way. But the last portion of this verse is very important. Many people, they when they come to temple, sometimes we talk of this particular verse, and they say, Swamiji, how can we work without expecting results? Because you buy a lottery ticket, a lotto ticket. Say you buy a lotto, and you expecting that tomorrow morning when the result will be coming, you will be the winner of the first prize. You're dreaming night time. Swamiji, read some of the number for me, expecting. But when morning time, you see all number came out good, on the last number did not. You get depressed, because you are expecting everything was fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 was right, but the last the word it did not come. Same way. So that is how. So this last portion, these ideas, do not make you inactive, because I should not expect any result of my action. So I should not do my duty. Like one example, that if I think that I'm not going to get any appreciation of my work in ashram, I should not do anything. So that is called I'm making myself inactive. When you come to ashram, ashram is ganda, the everywhere ashram is not clean. You catch what the monks doing here is sleeping whole day, and then you go. But then I'm falling from my duty. So that means because nobody appreciated my work, so I'm not interested to do perform my duty. So Lord Krishna warned that do not misunderstand this philosophy of karma yoga. That is the next chapter coming, chapter 3. I will take you there, karma yoga. How we can reach at the feet of the Lord by performing our own duties and responsibilities. Imagine when you're making the food, and because the food we cooking, that food will be offering to God. If you do not offer to God, that food will be eating. That will be creating pure blood. Blood will be creating the other muscles and the part of the body. It will keep you fit and to do your things properly. But while you cooking, if you think kind of polluted way, say that you are angry. With you cooking, you have the utensils in hand, khunti in hand, and kadhai the vegetable you cooking, then suddenly thought came, why that person tell about me these things. You get angry and you cooking that way. So that food, when you eat that, you could imagine you serving that food to us or to your children, they'll get angry. When you say something, they'll be answering in an angry way because the influence. So sincerely cooking, because this food, I will be eating, my children will be eating, or I will be offering to the God. So with purity, with dedication, with sincerity, with love, I'm preparing this food. And that is why food prepared by our mother, it tastes so good. Because they cook with love. Because they love their children, they love their family. So the whole thing today we read, I'm going through. Lord Krishna tell Arjuna that Arjuna, you should not be sorrowful, knowing that Atma Amar. The nature of the Atma is immortal. Then Lord Krishna explained to Arjuna that if you do not perform your duty, you will be falling from your sadharma. And you will be earning ill name. People will be talking bad of you in the society. You will be getting lot. It is better that you die at the battleground than to get the ill name. You'll be losing respect in the society. So Lord Krishna gave Arjuna a powerful message. Tasmad uttishta kuntyo yuddhayo kritanishya. Arjuna, be determined and perform your duty. And then Lord Krishna said that we accept everything. Joy, parajaya, happiness, sorrow, victory, defeat, whatever come, and continue to perform your duties. And the last sloka we read today, Karmanya Vadhikariste Karmano, we have full right to perform our duties and responsibilities, not on its result. And then at the end, Lord Krishna says, make sure this philosophy do not make you inactive either. By saying this word, we complete today that this particular topic. Maybe next week we will be completing the chapter 2. So coming to so it's my prayer to everybody, please stay healthy and happy. Jai Shri Krishna.